So something I'm told in my comments is that there's a lot of complaints about this update, being the prices are outrageous or the models don't look great, which I think even now some of the models in my opinion aren't the greatest, like the Raptor. Everyone who worked on the models, rigged them and animated them, look, they tried their best, and I appreciate that they have put together this update for us. And on another side note, Blame actually found the video that I made about D-Rex, which means, I don't know, I mean, maybe if Blame knows about it, my channel, there's a higher chance I could possibly get in once I meet the eligible requirements. But back onto the main point is people are complaining about this update, mainly about the prices and chance you get the D-Rex. So I want to let my own opinion about this update out. So for starters, I don't think this is one of the worst updates. I think this is actually one of the best updates to come to the game, and one of the best events recently. I'm looking at you, Easter event. But anyways, all of the models are decent in my opinion, and for all of my reviews, I've only had one kinda of a model to look at, which was the Raptor, which I feel like could use some improvements, but nonetheless, it's fine. But the DNA. What do I think about the DNA? Well, I myself am really not affected by the DNA, as I know how to DNA farm pretty efficiently and gain thousands of DNA per day, so it really isn't an issue for me. Plus, I own most of the skins and have friends who will let me borrow them. But do I think if I wasn't like like if I didn't have the DNA and stuff like all these other players, do I think that the prices are outrageous? Well, kinda. For starters, I kind of think the D-Rex and Mutadon chance thing is a little dumb. I mean, yeah, it's a cool thing to implement it like, sorts of ways how players have to find out how to get it, but I feel like it could have been done in a different way. Not gonna lie. Now, some prices like the Pteranodon and Kylosaurus, Hatzegopteryx, and most of the all of the 15 to 60k dinos are fine in prices. I'd like to talk about the more expensive ones. Specifically, the Moza, Titano, and, well, the D-Rex and Mutadon, as I'm preferably fine with the Rex and the Spinos price, as, well, they're pretty obtainable. Even if you don't have the DNA, they're pretty cheap in trading, which, I mean, even if you don't trade, it doesn't take that long to get up there in trading. Not gonna lie, people complain a little bit too much about how quote-unquote hard it is to trade. But back to the main point of this video, the event in DNA prices. So I think 250k is quite a bit for the Mosasaurus. I mean, the Mosasaurus is a really cool skin, and it is wanted, don't get me wrong, but for there to be two variants, and the movie Mosa, I'm not sure if this is confirmed or not, if it's a 50% chance, it's for one of each, or a different chance, which means if you want to at least guarantee getting both skins, you're going to need to spend 500,000 DNA, which is not the most expensive a skin has been, but that is pretty expensive for these skins. Now the Titano is a little bit more understandable as it is a lot like better looking in my opinion. No hate, obviously, to the Moza modelers who modeled the Moza and Chaos Moza and the animators. It looks good. I like the Moza, but I just like the Titano more. And the Titano is, well, a giant Argent skin. Of course it is going to cost so much. And I think that people, honestly, are kind of overreacting a little bit about some of the prices. 250k is easily achievable within the time restraint we have. You could get that in literally a couple of days, and this event is still going on for a month plus. Now, The D-Rex, however, is a lot of DNA. You could need anywhere from like 80,000 DNA, I think it is with discount for one Rex, to millions if you're that unlucky. Now, I necessarily don't like things being luck based, and I'm pretty sure Blame himself actually said he didn't want the update to be gambling in a post I saw from him, but they kind of just went ahead with it. But, I mean, all I really want to say is people are just kind of overreacting about the prices a lot. They're not that bad. It could have been a lot worse. If this update could have been a lot worse. Everything about this could have been a lot worse. Now, lucky for me, I did get the D-Rex first try, so, I mean, I'm not complaining about that. But everyone's just over-exaggerating about the update. Sure, I know some people aren't rich enough to get some of the skins, and there were rumors, I think, going around that the event was originally stated to be new player friendly, but then that was changed up or something. I don't really know where that came from. I think that kind of just came from Blame stating that the Indom would not be on albino because not everyone has an albino, but I mean, it's 2025. A lot of people have albino, but I don't have any words for that. Which I would honestly rather it be on Mapu just because of Mapu's lack of skins. But overall, I think the developers did an amazing job on this update, and I love this update a lot. Just how much do I love the update? Well, I would give the update a solid 9 out of 10, being the only complaint about the update being, well, I guess, so just let me show you my only complaint. Yeah, these ferns are really annoying. They're, most of them are so solid, and it is easy to get stuck on them. Let me find one, like this one right here. See, look. You get stuck on these. Fix this, please. Do something about these, please. It's annoying. That's the only thing I dislike about this update is these stupid ferns, and that the grass in long grass field isn't even edible. Now, yes, that does make fighting better because you aren't eating the grass 24/7. But I mean, the fern thing was more to be humorous. Not gonna lie, it was a humorous attempt of a joke. It wasn't obviously that good, but yeah. Overall, this update is really decent. I think instead of harassing the developers. Yes, they were actually being harassed, I believe, when the update released because of the prices. We should enjoy this update while it lasts. And in part 2, there's what I've heard going to be both a increase in the percentage that the discount will go to, which has been an unstated number, but I've heard it's going to be 40%. I do not know. I'm just going off of what I've heard, but I believe there is no confirmed number, and the sell price of each DNA. Because I'm pretty sure the Titano only goes for 100 right now, but it will go to like 5,000. Which, honestly, they are really undervalued for how hard they are to get. I mean, 100 DNA for like an hour of me just walking around when I could get like 10,000 from daily missions in an hour. Even more, actually, I'd say. Overall, the devs did amazing with the update. And what else is amazing is how my channel's growth has been lately. It has been crazy how fast we are growing. I mean it. It is just, we have gotten so many subscribers lately. And I think it is possible for us to get to 300, which is the number to be eligible to apply for the content creating program, either when I wake up from making this video or the next day, which is just crazy how fast we've grown. Anyways, I would like to thank, I know I say this like at the end of every video, but I would like to thank you all for watching. Maybe subscribe, it doesn't hurt, but it's also free and you don't have to, it is your choice. And I will see you in the next video, which I might do another live stream first before I do videos. I just love interacting with you guys. Goodbye.